free
You
will.
just gonna leave me hanging like that?
I'm gonna be like, get up.
There he is.
Oh, man.
Darren.
Nick.
I brought my good friend Darren Criss as my team's advisor. Everyone knows all the amazing work he's done as an actor, from Glee to Versace. He won the Emmy, the Golden Globe. But there's so much more to him. He's done Broadway, written musicals. He brings so much to the table, and I think he's going to be an invaluable asset to my team. A lot of people don't know that we go back, it was like 7, 8 years.
Yeah, we've notched in some hours. I have a very funny history with Nick. Because we had a similar hairdo in the 2000s, people would make references that I would be the bonus Jonas. And I never thought that we would actually be friends in real life. So doing anything for Nick is fulfilling some kind of weird destiny. And I can't say no to Nick Jonas. He's like super famous. If you need a sub, like, I'll just put a wig. I can be Kevin or Joe.
I think you could pass as a Kevin.
Thank you.
Well, the first
Let's talk
two
about Team
artists,
Nick.
we have Devin,
Okay.
and we have Dana Monique. Both of these artists bring something really unique to the table, very different voices, but they're kind of powerhouses in their own right. Hey, hey.
Hello, hello.
Whoa, dude, holy cow. You see this?
Nick brought in Darren Criss, honey, from Glee. My daughter, if she knew that you were in this room, I would just have to leave her here.
Well, then let's not tell her, because I don't want to ruin this moment.
For you and I.
Yeah, because I think we have a really good vibe going here.
Darren is an actor. He was on Broadway, movies, and writes his own music. When you're standing in front of a megastar, it's really hard to think straight.
I have one question before we get into it. John sang to try to get you on his team.
I've been a background singer since I was in the 10th grade.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes when you're in the back, you kind of get lost. And that's where I was, as a mother, as a performer. And so when you said that, I was like, he doggone right. Let's get it.
I love that. How many kids do you have?
I have 2.
This environment and this specific work session is so important for the growth of these artists. We've actually broken it down. It's guitar, it's piano, it's the vocal. And so you get the voice in its purest form.
100%.
I was kind of expecting the full band, let's go, and then it was just the piano, and so I felt very vulnerable.
I gave Devin and Dana Monique Stuck With You by Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber.
Still laying in your bed singing.
They both have kind of more classic styles.
I'm stuck with you, stuck with you.
And to set it against this more modern record is gonna be really cool. Justin, Ariana, they have classic influences that give them the ability to do modern records that feel new, innovative. And it came at a point in time when people needed to be uplifted.
Yeah.
It does have a feeling of hope to it.
Wanna stick around.
Tell him.
Devin has a really cool tone. You can hear elements of Sam Cooke and even, of course, John Legend.
Never let me down.
There are certain things he does that just kind of stand out.
So lock the door.
Dana's like a walking hurricane.
The key
She's an undeniable person.
It's just
What's funny is if she didn't even have a good voice, I'd still be on board because she has such charisma. Come on, man.
Team Nick's pretty stacked, huh?
My mom was like, who are you battling? And I said, Aretha Franklin. How would you feel if you had to battle Aretha?
I would do anything to be able to have that instrument, man.
And the coolest part is watching when two vocalists can push each other to be that much better. Dana, that verse, it's the opposite of what we're gonna hear from you the rest of the song. It's the subtle, soft moment. And it's actually quite fun. I think the more fun we watch you have during this performance and your personality coming out, the more fun we're gonna have.
Yeah.
And then, I'm stuck with you, stuck with you, stuck with you. Because your voice has done it twice, the pitch police might come out
They
on
get
that third
lazy
one.
on the third one,
So
yeah.
you want to spend some extra TLC on that one because you don't want to falter after this really powerful moment.
Devin, I think that you should feel confident. I get the sense that just generally this challenge has weighed on you a bit. And I can see that right now you're even a bit emotional. And it's okay to be emotional, let that happen.
Nick made a huge impact on me by telling me that I need to work on my confidence. I didn't think he was gonna see that. Inside, I was buzzing like crazy, thinking about Dana, and she's so good. I can't sing like that, you know?
When I have sung next to Kelly and John and Blake in the past, I start to feel insecure too, but I know that I have something that is uniquely me as well. And I think you gotta find a way to know that you're excellent.
Everybody here has chops. Runs for days, licks for days, but that's only so important. Can you sell it? Do we believe you? You know, we're not just copying Ariana and Justin licks. They ain't here, you are.
Actually, surprise, they're...
Here they are, come
Don't
on
do
in.
that!
I went from being very unsure about myself to now, I feel like I can do this.
when I throw out the
Dana has confidence for days, and she can sing anything, which is exactly what you want on your team.
I still wouldn't change all these
But Devin, that next take we did, he came to life. And that growth in real time is so gratifying for me as a coach. I believe this is gonna be one of my toughest decisions.
Come on!
Throw all the papers.
Man!
Whatever just happened.
Bottle that.
Okay.
Because if you do that, you're gonna have these other coaches real jealous.
Devin conquered this thing. So I'm like, hey.
I'll take one of those. There you go.
When we do the stage rehearsal out here today are incredible. But one of the cool things too is that this is my second time hearing them sing. I paired Owari and Jose. Both kind of have an R&B, soul, gospel feel to their voices.
The voices that I always was so terrified.
Jealous of.
Jealous, let's be real. I didn't want to say the word jealous in front of you, but yes, it's these guys.
For me and my roots singing in church, I knew I need these guys on my team.
Hey, look who it is.
Hey.
Darren Criss and Nick Jonas.
What's going on?
Somebody thought I was tall.
If they set the mic up taller than you, that means that you have like big dude energy with your voice. As a smaller gentleman myself, I completely relate.
I'll take it.
Well, Darren's been a longtime friend of mine. He brings, perspective that not a lot of people bring. As an actor, as a musician, performer, he's got a lot of depth and knows how to tell a story, which for a song like this, you say, it is so important. Lauren Daigle, she's absolutely in touch with her inner source. I know, Jose, you sang in church, is that right? Owari, given your soul vibe you gave me in the blind auditions, I just felt like let's branch it out a little bit more, do something that just opens your voice up a little bit, gives you the ability to soar.
Something, let's do it.
Sure.
I think you gotta adjust that mic first.
Just a little bit.
I keep fighting voices in
Owari has like a God-given R&B voice that is really sexy. He's got this like higher baritone, low tenor register, and he cuts through it with this really interesting husk that he can kind of wield like a sorcerer.
and I'm more than
There's a looseness that Jose has. And talk about vocal theatrics and acrobatics. This is a skill set that you're just kind of born with.
you say I am held.
I was really moved by how well they identified with the song. That's the magic sauce, man.
Yeah,
All right, man.
nice.
So many fun things going on there.
Jose, the breathiness in your tone. Ben Platt comes to mind, who's a vocalist
I
that I'm
love him.
envious of and
He's
think is
great.
incredible. Then Owari with Evandros comes to mind. Someone like that who's just got that big, powerful voice, but also knows how to control it in the softer moments.
You guys can do vocal acrobatics for days. Just make sure your intervals are close enough to where you're not rubbing against each other.
Needs to have real intention.
Yeah, you want to hear that.
Whoa. Just make sure that it
Yeah, the
rings out and you
punctuation.
meant it.
100%.
We don't have an audience on the show right now, but the audience is the camera, and that's how the audience at home is going to experience this with you. Just open your eyes, connect, and even connecting with us in this moment. Imagine we're the camera, and we need to see it and feel it from you.
When we did Glee for years and years and years, it was singing on camera. I come from a background of like playing an instrument and playing, so the camera is dictating the emotional experience, being able to be sort of a vessel of a certain emotion. That's one of the most magical things about the sort of transferability. Is that a word? Well,
I like it. Let's go.
it works. The transferable nature of songs.
It's already trending on Twitter.
Okay, good. Hashtag transfer bigging, I don't know.
You say I am yours.
Nick's got to choose between Owari and Jose, and I do not envy that decision. I would pay money to not have to ever make that decision. Nice.
So good.
Yeah.
The growth we've seen already is insane. It's going to be a very special performance that I think is going to touch a lot of people's lives, and you should be very proud of that already.
Yeah, I'm excited that people get to hear your voice, myself included, and I think Nick's lucky to have you guys.
This one's going to be a tough choice. High fives all around.
High five.
Nice to meet you guys.
They've got really unique, different voices, and right now, they're neck and neck.